We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Here's Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Murray now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Murray to air it out again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his 2nd drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing again, Murray. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something. And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
32.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Set. Lady. Check three.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And James has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Well, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Coming up to you. 40 got. 40 got. Monday. Check. Back.
Now Stafford, almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
59.
C.J. Anderson with it. Of course, a big part of the Rams' run to the Super Bowl last year. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
50. Drill right, 22.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will tie us at 3-3. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points up.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check out. Stay 50, stay 50. Switch gears. White.
Johnson running right. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Rush in. Hey, 22. Hey, easy.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. He's going to go for a big play down. He's got a man. Complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 22. Watch out. 43 in the mic. You got it. 59.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After the sack on 1st down, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked. So far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a fourth down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the 1 weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Christian Jones the one who picked it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Johnson. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 26 yards. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, give me radar. Hey. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this.
Throwing again. Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Stafford on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
Lady! Mike 58, right there. Easy alert!
Again, it's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again is Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hakeem Butler, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. So weird. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's bring it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And they start the 2nd half with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st down, Detroit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
43. Watch it backer. Switch. Big 20.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Lady. Check. No.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And the Lions 1st down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Middle. Look at
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go! Slam!
Again, it's Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 50-50.
Out of the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down, Lions on a pickup of 13. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Set. Got a 20. Hey, 5-0. 52. 21. Hey, red.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. Anderson loses the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Set. 280.
58, come on. Who that?
32. Big 20. Shot.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jesse James, 31 yards. And the Lions take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
Check. Shoot.
X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, 50.
Here's Stafford. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Come on, set. AC Gator. Get wide.
They begin the drive with Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Pull it together.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
First down, Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Amendola set to return it. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. From the gun, it's a give to Anderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Check 15. SOS.
Like 7.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cardinals' 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And middle. Jumping. Alert!
From the gun, Stafford. Oh, no, he lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. 20, 10, 5. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good...
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive... I mean, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He's coming. Double up.
32.
He's coming. Double up.
Check. 10.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Omaha, ready, move. 0.
To throw again. Stafford looking deep now for Amendola. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the safety.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
3rd down and go.
Ready? Right. Good track. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Alert 86. All day, dog. Watch out the equipment.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Matt Longacre. In there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here comes Amendola. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. Play action. Stafford. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Lions 28.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go to Johnson again. David Johnson on his way. 30, 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, 76 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Right, 22. Check four. Zebra. Undercut.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Now left side on the swing pass, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Stafford. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go. Go to base. Two times. Hey, here we go.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Arizona, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real.